Well, today technology is playing an ever more present role in health care. It is a particularly new developments in data analytics that can help, as well as software and AI, which are increasingly helping to spread the impact of infectious diseases. One man who knows well the benefits of tech, Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft and the world's second richest man. He has long been focusing his wealth outside of Silicon Valley, combating infectious disease that affect the poorest. At a Malaria Summit in London, our Caroline Hyde caught up with the tech luminary. She joins us now. And Caroline, Gates sees a lot of opportunity to combat malaria with technology. Where specifically are those opportunities?
Yeah, it's interesting, Emily. I think focusing has always been on data, the use of big data, the ability to map, to be able to track outbreaks and be able to target them. Notably, we're also hearing the likes of Google Earth being able to help monitor the outbreaks of such diseases, and indeed just the use of smartphones on the ground. But it made me, well, perhaps smile somewhat that the founder of the biggest software company in the world, Bill Gates, of course, thinks perhaps the key use should be in software itself. Have a listen.
Some of the more advanced software techniques are used to model the disease. And so we run rich simulations. We had to create a new group, Institute for Disease Modeling, to use the very latest software to try and project if we get a new drug, how beneficial would that be? And should we go after the mosquitoes or go after the human reservoir? Even drug design, some of the advanced modeling techniques are letting us speed up that process of picking molecules and making sure they don't have side effects. So, anything that helps, cure malaria, cure cancer, that's a lot of human benefit coming out of that.
Technology really was front and foremost in a lot of this discussion at the Malaria Summit today.
And, he has previously talked about how technology can be used for bad, though, in this case, using for good. What are his thoughts in particular about artificial intelligence?
Yeah, you're right. We've heard from him in the past talking about potentially taxing robots, and within artificial intelligence, he's been blogging about it himself, saying how he's not quite yet convinced about the future of AI in terms of its control, about where then the role of institutions is in ensuring that, well, artificial intelligence is in the right hands of the right people. I wanted to really get his view on perhaps where the future of technology goes, if it is indeed a smooth path or not. And seemingly clearly, he thinks there are bumps in the road and governments have a role to play here. Have a listen.
Every technology brings with it both a lot of advance. The automobile net is a very good thing, but it brought in huge safety challenges. Here, where you're communicating online, the government's going to be involved in deciding what is hate speech that should be censored versus what's free speech. Not a simple issue. Only the government gets to draw that line. So yes, government is very important to look at why these new technologies may need new rules to go with them.
New rules in the future. Talking of hate speech, it made me really rather think that he was hinting at what Facebook had just been facing on Capitol Hill, Emily.
On that note, Gates himself was at the center of congressional testimony a couple of decades ago. What are his thoughts on Facebook and whether Facebook and big tech at large should be better regulated?
Yeah, I think he wouldn't actually go as far as to say, yes, regulation is necessary, particularly for the likes of Facebook. That's what I asked him directly. I said, should Facebook be regulated? And he seemed to think that perhaps it's unavoidable, but didn't say necessary. Have a listen.
There are privacy rules. Those rules will continue to evolve as people see, what's going on. And Europe's got a new round of privacy rules, but every 2 or 3 years, I think you'll see more activity there.
I asked him, look, any advice for the man, Mark Zuckerberg, as he comes up in front of regulators? I mean, he's a man who has experience in it, but he just gave a smile and seemed to think that, well, these things will come. Emily.